Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Capitol Forum's Energy and the Regulated State. Happy November. I am Daniel Sherwood, Energy Editor here and Director of Upstream. And we have put together a fantastic lineup for you all today. Now, there's a lot of talk about the energy transition and climate change, but it often lacks substance. The ecosystem of the energy supply chain is ever-changing and complicated. Further, the social capital and political power that is often leveraged in energy markets tends to cloud the true impacts that exogenous events have on daily life. As our regulatory mechanisms attempt to adapt to and address society's demands for more energy with lower carbon emissions, the Capitol Forum has applied its expertise in identifying competition issues and underappreciated market risk to the energy sector starting 3 years ago. Whether it's extreme weather in Texas, interrupted natural gas deliveries in the Baltic or off the coast of Spain, the inhumane treatment of Uyghurs in Northwest China, or fledgling biogas, pipeline, LNG, fuel cell, or other infrastructure projects, we at the Capitol Forum endeavor to quiet the noise and give our readers clarity on precisely what to expect. Our stories have brought our reporting teams in person and virtually to places like Nicaragua, Mexico, the Caribbean, Suriname, and Brazil, to London, South Korea, Vietnam, and China. In the US, too, we've had a wide reach and have covered the West Coast, Appalachia, the Gulf, New England, and the Mid-Atlantic. And with a lens that focuses on natural gas and its role in the transition, we've developed an investigative database called Upstream that focuses on the United States' largest natural gas basin, which preserves and aggregates well, production, and ownership information in ways unique to other data providers. With these tools and more than 130 stories and a growing team, we now have the opportunity to present a group of experts that helps guide our work in highlighting the biggest regulatory and market issues facing our society and its energy needs. Where many events are consensus-building exercises, today we intend to have substantive discussions with a broad array of expertise. With a roster of regulators, attorneys, members of industry, analysts, and investigators, today's agenda will present problems, solutions, and what is being done today to bridge that gap. We will be starting by peering into a part of the Department of Energy's process to inform the United States' first ever national plugging program. As the agency implements funds made available via the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, we will learn about what it is doing to better gather and understand the scope of the problem. The oil and gas liabilities that already dot our nation have been gaining increased attention as regulators and industries start to contemplate a shift away from fossil fuel production, but we are very early in that process. To that end, we'll explore the issue more deeply with documented investigations in the Ohio River Valley Institute. We will hear about the offshore industry with case studies as examples of the market risk to companies tied to legacy retirement obligations. Then we will learn more about the onshore side of things, as well as the bidding process for some Appalachian states that are starting to plug and abandoned orphan wells right now. We'll round out the morning with a possible solution to the problem of low producing and idled wells from Carbon Path. We'll learn about the market solution that they are developing to be used by the industry and providing a route to both decrease emissions sooner while building a carbon market associated with plugging. During lunch, our own Teddy Downing will broaden the scope in a discussion with the Capitol Forum's energy team, covering issues such as natural gas liquids market concentration, our forensic ownership research with Upstream, and some of the deals that we've covered exclusively. Afterward, we will talk about another new market that has been created in response to the energy transition, one for the production of renewable fuels. In that session, the EPA's Criminal Enforcement Division will walk us through a recent fraud case that they brought, highlighting some of the pitfalls of the new marketplace that was created by the government. Then, we'll be rounding out the day with a state of play of the hydrocarbons industry. First, we'll hear from Arsenal Resources, an explorer and producer that is active in West Virginia, about its business plan and how it's adapting to certain regulatory pressures. Then, from the business intelligence firm Rystad Energy, on LNG export and projects under development, as well as possible impacts to baseload power plants as a result of the Inflation Reduction Act. Then finally, from consultant and analytics shop Flow Partners regarding drilling inventory, context around the European gas demand changes, and insights into the Biden administration's strategic petroleum reserve releases. Please feel free throughout the event to ping us with any questions. If you are here, you can raise your hand, and if you are attending virtually, please send an email to editorial@thecapitalforum.com or message us directly in the application on Zoom, especially if there's any technical difficulties. As people will be joining intermittently, stay tuned after the event for transcripts and video. There are refreshments in the back, and the bathroom is just down the hallway, and Wi-Fi login information is posted on the board right there to the left. With that, we will get things started here for our first session and be hearing from Natalie Peckney at the DOE.